It's Katie Clancy, Chief House Hawker at the Cape House at William Ravis, and this is the Cape House Show, where we give you the tips, the tools, and the sense of humor you're going to need to get through the biggest transaction of your life. Okay, it's time for the monthly DY market report, and we're going to start in Dennis and we'll move over to Yarmouth. But we're starting on this page right now because this is where the big news is. All right, so this is the past 12 months ending this in January 2020. Look who's in the driver's seat. Still, sellers are really the boss of what's going on right now. Down here, we have some changes favoring buyers, but I'm going to tell you this average list price one is kind of junk. We had an historic high-priced sale in Dennis, $19 million last year, that kind of throwing those numbers off a little bit. So this is garbage. Days on market did go up a little bit. Okay. Everything else is in the favor of the sellers, but let's just look at the trends so you can see sort of where things are headed. So in general, median sale price is up, inventory is down. This is just sort of a graphic representation of what you just saw. And all of this, by the way, is available at ravis.com. This isn't special from me. You can go see it too. Let's see, we got our changes and price range reports I'd like to look at. These are interesting to see. You can see what has sold, and I'm going to get my little face out of the way here for a minute. What's really hot in Dennis for price range? So we've gone up in the 350 to 450 range, and both of them really went up a lot in the 4 to 450, which is interesting because that used to be a little bit of a quiet range. What's blowing my mind is the 700s are hot soup, really active there. The 6s are also very active, but we had a big jump in the 700s, and we can I can vouch for that. We just had a few things go under contract ourselves in that 700 range. All right, let's do a little comparison. See what's going on, Dennis versus Yarmouth. So market time, kind of all over the map. And, you know, we're pretty consistent, the differences between Dennis and Yarmouth. Median sale price, they sort of mirror each other just a little bit apart from one another. So what does that tell you? It tells you the same house that you're looking for in Dennis is going to be a lot cheaper in Yarmouth. So Dennis and Yarmouth are both amazing towns. There are pros and cons to both of them. They're both in the same school district, so you can't lose there. But in Dennis, the tax rate is a little lower, but I will say the Dennis tax assessed values just went up. So we have to do the math on that and see what the difference really is. But price-wise, there are still bargains to be had in Yarmouth. Let's take a look in Yarmouth at our changes favoring. Give me a second here. Let's change our. Okay, so it's a little bit of more of a balanced situation in Yarmouth because we've got a few stats down here, and these are more legit. This is good. This is a good balanced database of information. So we're a little bit still more in favor of sellers, but buyers have a little bit more leverage in Yarmouth, I'm going to say. In any case, interest rates are still low. Thank you, coronavirus. It's not a great thing. Usually when there's bad news out there in the world, it keeps interest rates down. But yeah, keep an eye on the news. Watch what's going on with trade between us and China. The coronavirus stuff it will pass. And watch what happens to interest rates. And we really thought they'd be going up at this point, and they didn't. So I would keep an eye on that. The last piece I'm going to show you is heat index for price range. What you can see here is, of course, anything under 200 is going to go like hotcakes. So we had some under 200 sales in Yarmouth. This is Dennis. This is Yarmouth. And what I can tell you for sure, I'm going to get my face out of the way here, is that we really, in Dennis, could really use some properties in the 3 to 350 range. That 3 to 350 range is where the planet is shopping in Dennis and Yarmouth. We cannot even begin to keep up with the demand there. People will pay a lot. They're not going to pay. There is a limit to what people will pay, but the competition is so tough So the buyers are willing to do lots of things like forego home inspections. I don't recommend it, but people are throwing like the kitchen sink at these houses to see if they can get them, because it is a price point that lots of people can afford. And there's just nothing out there. So if you are thinking about putting a house on the market that you think is probably 3 to 350, we're talking like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch, just a nice garden variety house. That's what everybody's looking for right now. If you're thinking about putting it on the market, I don't even care if you put it on with another agent, but put it on because we will bring buyers. All right. So there is the report for today, for this month, for Denison Yarmouth. There's a lot more to know about it. But the punchline is sellers are in charge. We're looking for listings between 3 and 350. Buyers, if you want to get into this market, you need to come armed and ready with a pre-approval letter from a reputable lender, and just like your big girl pants on, because like it is about to get real dirty out there, and real competitive for buyers as we go into the spring market. If you guys want to have the best team on Cape Cod to help you get through that market, come and see us at thecapehouseteam.com.